Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I come from a polygamous family where my father married 4 wives. My mother was the last wife. And as you all know, in a polygamous family, the last woman is the most favorite to the father of the home. She's the one who's treated with the most love and care and given all privileges, because she's the last love that has come in to replace all the other lovers that were there before. And because of this, in most cases, the other women or the other mothers tend to become jealous. They show a lot of jealousy, they show a lot of hatred towards the last woman or the last wife that a man brings into their home as a wife. My mother was the last wife in our family. But one thing I loved about my family, even if I wasn't there, was the fact that my father loved people so much. In the past, many years ago, before most of us were born, in the Luo culture, polygamy was one way that they used to measure with a man's wealth. It was a sign of wealth. A man was allowed to marry as many women as he wanted, as long as he could take care of them equally, as long as he could feed them, as long as he could provide for all of them. And that confirms today that my father was a wealthy man in his days. He had a good job, he had a big homestead, he had 4 wives, he had many children, he lived in town. Therefore, he was good, he was rich. Sadly or unfortunately, God took him away from us at an early age when we needed him the most as his children. Somebody like me, I never experienced his love as the others did. I only stayed with him for 2 years and he left me orphaned. And when he went away, my biological mother gave me out to my other relatives to take care of me. Now, in our video today, I want to help you understand that sometimes parents, we are not being fair to our children. We are not being fair at all. Sometimes it has not hit our minds that children are a blessing. When a father and a mother come together in the name of marriage and they have sex and have children together, those children, they come in as blessings. Children are a gift from God, a special gift from God. So this gift that God gives you and comes in form of a child in your family, God expects you to take care of it with a lot of love, with a lot of caution, with a lot of care. Because when you give it the attention it deserves, when you teach it the discipline it requires, it shall never disappoint you. My Bible says, teach a child how they should live and they shall never disappoint you. A good parent will teach their children what they need to know, what they don't need to know. It is the duty of parents to ensure that they have taught their children morals. Without fear, without shame. Teach them. Help them become better people in the society. Do not assume that it is their own responsibility to learn most of the things on their own. Teach them. Whether it is sex, whether it is matters to do with respect, whether it is matters to do with anything, let it come from your own mouth when you can. Some of us were not privileged to be taught by our parents when we needed them. They say it's quite easy to teach a child at their young age, because once they grow old, it's so difficult to teach an old dog new tricks. And even if you have to teach them, it will take you long. It will take you a lot of strength, a lot of energy, even resources. When you can, when you have the strength, teach them, show them the way, help them know, advise them. Many cases of parents have been reported, especially in this generation we live in today. Parents have been forsaking their children. They have been abandoning their children. And for various reasons, they have left their children to suffer. Most children have become street boys and girls, having no one to call their parents, having no one to feed them, having no one to clothe them. When they fall sick in the street, they suffer so much. They go through a lot. People beat them. They sleep in the cold. No place to call home. They struggle. And you as a parent, do you think your life will move on peacefully when you have a child somewhere and you have forsaken them? When you have a child somewhere and you have abandoned them? Do you expect your life will move on smoothly? Ask yourself those questions and answer yourself. God will not allow you have peace until you learn to take care of the gift He gave you. If you cannot take care of that gift, that is how you've thrown away your blessings. And such parents end up not having peaceful marriages even where they go to. They don't have peaceful lives. They suffer, they struggle. And this one is also to address those single parents, those parents who choose or who chose to become parents at a young age or even at an older age. They decided to get pregnant, and later after getting pregnant they abandoned their children. My friend, you will suffer in this world as a parent. You will not have peace because you have forsaken the blessing that God gave you, the blessing that God entrusted your life with. You will never have peace as a parent. And I always tell people, if you're not ready to become a parent, please don't rush to fall in a relationship. Don't get pregnant. Take your time. Take your time, my friend, because there's no need you rush into marriage or a relationship that will make you get pregnant or make somebody else pregnant, and then they later forsake their children or they abandon their children. You won't have peace. Men who are out there and have forsaken their children, you will not know any peace in this world until when you shall learn to appreciate that child you gave birth to and rejected was a blessing that God trusted you with. You will do everything. You might have money. You might be the richest person in the world. You might have it all. But if you forsake your child, whether they are crippled or have any form of disability, if you ever rejected them, you will not know peace. Whether you know how to write the word peace, you will never have it in your entire life. If you're not ready to become a parent, do not make that decision of having a child and then later abandon them. As I end this video, I want you to know that God that we serve, the God who gives children, the God who created us, is a merciful God. Whenever the children that you abandoned go to Him in tears, our Father in heaven is merciful. He listens to them. God hears every cry that comes from their mouth. God understands all their tears. He never lets their tears flow down in vain. He collects each and every teardrop that falls from their eyes. He protects them. He gives them another chance to see another day. He gives them peace in this hostile world because He's a father to the fatherless. He is a parent to those who do not have parents. He's the hope to the hopeless. And so when that child tells God that, Father, remember me. Father, see me through. Father, look at the situation I am in. Protect me from it. Save me from any dangers of this world. Every time they pray to God, God listens. And He decides to cause discomfort in your life as a parent who had a child and threw away their child, who had a child and abandoned their own children. Until next time, my dear friends, this is Devance Empire. End of discussion.